Would you date a woman who has straight male best friends? Always platonic, but they are straight and male. Would you?
That's almost impressive, actually. I mean, using the logical fallacy of composition, just straight up generalizations, prejudice, and bigotry, all in one statement. My goodness, I hope they didn't hurt anything.
If there's one piece of advice I'm going to give you, it's going to be, please don't be a wife to your boyfriend. Don't cook for a man unless he's paying your bills. Thank me later.
A lot of you women are unhappy because, like I always tell you, you're doing the boss babe climb. You're doing all the stuff that is not what a regulated female nervous system needs, really. And I learned that the hard way. I made all the mistakes, did it all, right? Learned the hard way. So when you tell me that your nervous system's not dysregulated because you have a 9 to 5 and you're sitting under blue lights and you have the burden to pay rent and all, like, you're lying. And the reason I know you're lying is because I also was lying to myself, right? So you're lying. And when you're all dysregulated and crazed, you become a nuisance, burden, headache, stressor to your man.
Felt good. That's it.
Okay, so I can pull you.
Where would you take me on a first date?
This is 5-star restaurant.
I mean, 5 stars, like.
No, but listen, they cook the food right in front of you. You get to pick like what you want on it and everything.
What kind of food is that?
Subway.
My husband doesn't buy me flowers anymore. My boyfriend isn't taking me on nice dates. I wish my man did half the things that your man did for you. If this is a conversation that you are having with friends, which I've had plenty of these conversations, people coming to me saying these things, then listen up. And know this conversation has nothing to do with how to get your man to do these things. I need you to do me a favor and draw a circle around yourself and work on everything inside of that circle. Is your man in that circle? No, just you. When was the last time that you did something nice for him? When was the last time you cooked him his favorite meal or baked him his favorite treats, wrote him a sweet little note, picked up something at the store that you thought that he would like? When was the last time that you inconvenienced yourself for him? Him buying you flowers, cooking you dinner, taking you on a nice date, those are all him inconveniencing himself for you. Have you even shown your gratitude to him? Have you ever been, said thank you or been appreciative of the things that he's done for you? The best piece of advice that I ever received was to outdo your spouse or significant other in love. It's easy for us women to think that we should constantly be pursued, but once you are in a partnership, it is a two-way street.
What's going on, fellas? Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment down below. Let's get back to the video.
ABC, The Bachelorette, and mainstream media. They thought it was a good idea to have a single mother of 3 in her 30s be the prized possession that multiple men fight for the love for. A single mother that practices against her husband. This is the programming that they're preaching to America today. This is the prized possession that all young men should be going after. A single mom in her 30s that beats on her husband. And you wonder why other countries are laughing at us. This doesn't fly anywhere else in the world, so f all of them.
Let the recent breakups of social media couples be a reminder to you guys that there is no benefit to a man showing off his relationship and showing off how good of a man he is to his woman online. Because mostly women are following. I bet you anything, none of you guys even know who I'm talking about. But because mostly women are following, that means that every little thing that can be grabbed onto and scrutinized will be. Especially when your relationship ends. And that's even if she was a raging alcoholic and she was vocal about her struggles and you helped her during her struggles. You helped her into sobriety, but the second that you fell on hard times, all of a sudden, that's when the relationship needed to end. But it doesn't matter because you will be made into the villain. And that's what men typically go through, but on a much smaller scale. You get on social media and to a very large scale, things that you cannot go back from, cannot delete. You will be made the villain, and it kinda sucks.
Oh, how did I meet your father? Well, he slid into my DMs with a fire emoji, and I just knew that was it. Oh, how did we meet? It's a funny story. Should I tell it? He commented "Gym Mommy" underneath my leg day post, and honestly, it was so refreshing. Oh my gosh, I actually love telling the story of how we met. He actually sent me a TikTok at 11:11 p.m. and he said, "This made me think of you." Oh my gosh, I knew he was interested right away when he liked one of my posts from 2022, and I was like, this guy really is doing his research. And now we're in love. You wanna know how we met? TikTok's algorithm kept pushing me to his For You page, so shout out to Destiny and TikTok.
My man we may not necessarily all have a lot in common. We're complex individuals, nuanced. But there's one thing I can tell you for sure. No woman wants to hear whatever you want.
And no man wants to hear, hey, how about we go to Taco Bell? No, I'm not in the mood for Taco Bell. Okay, how about we go here? No, I'm not in the mood for that. Oh, okay, well, where would you like to go? I don't want to be the one to choose. A lot of men in the start of the relationship will choose. They'll make the plans, but then this conversation happens over and over again. And he gets exhausted. Finally, it's like, oh, just please pick. I don't want to spend the next 20 minutes naming places for you to be like, no, no, no. That's why he would rather you just do it. And it's funny because she admits that it's emotional labor to choose. So why don't men get credit for this? Women will always say, oh, we do all of the emotional labor. No, you don't. Every time he makes a decision, he's doing emotional labor. Keep that in mind if you're gonna sit there and say that he doesn't do any of it, because he does do something when he chooses things.
A lot of these women don't really understand you can't mock a man for shooting his shot and then wonder why he stopped shooting. Wonder why he stopped approaching you. Because you were being an idiot.
Have you all forgot that you are not the traditional women of your grandmother's or great-grandmother's generation? We're not showing up anymore, meeting your family, buying you flowers, opening your door, doing all that stuff. That ended a long time ago. And you sitting here want the guy to plan dates, take you out, pay for every... What?
I need to be living in the 60s or 70s or something. I don't know. But... what is wrong with everyone? Men are not men anymore. They don't provide, they don't protect. And provide does not mean, provide doesn't mean, take me on a yacht and give me Chanel bags. What? They don't provide, they don't protect, they're not leaders. Women, we're not being submissive, we're not listening to our husbands, we're not taking away their stress and being their peace.
Like I said, sounds like a big problem.
Because if you treat someone who's harmful in general, great, they magically become better. Why is it we often see women be toxic from the get-go, even though she's being treated wonderfully by the man she's with? Can we use this logic for men too, or is it only for women? Because we always find a way to justify all of women's actions, but men can't be justified in any way. Realistically, how do you know she wasn't being treated right? You have no way of knowing. A lot of people are already toxic to begin with. This type of thing just conditions men to overfunction in their relationships, put up with whatever is dished out because it's automatically his fault. They shouldn't have to accept blame for behavior that's not their own. And I would argue a healthy woman is more likely to leave a relationship rather than act toxic, because it's just not who she is. Toxic women know deep down that they don't have as many options and aren't going to put up with them. So they hold on to the person they're with, no matter how unhappy they are. Ultimately, she just treats him however she wants, no matter how bad it is.
A man got one chance to tell me that he's not serious about dating, and goodbye. A man got one time to tell me I'm not looking for anything, but let's go out. Blocked! When did we start abandoning our own self so much that we stayed to try to change a man? The Bible literally says we are more precious than diamonds and rubies. Get in your word, babe. Can you love yourself? Can you stop trying to change a man? It is better to be alone and save yourself for a man that'll go all in about you. There's nothing better than the feeling of a man who knows what he wants, and he knows it's you, and he chases and pursues you relentlessly. My pastor said it best the other day. He said, don't date thirsty. If what you are desiring is to be fulfilled because you feel half empty and you need companionship to feel a gaping hole in your heart, do not go out into date, because you are going to settle for less than what you deserve every time.
What an interesting opinion.
So the reason people call you a pick-me...
Oh, good. One made another account. Let's hear it this time.
...is because you're one of those chicks that's the first one to jump in and make fun of other girls and be like, ha ha ha, see boys? See? I hate women too.
That's certainly a very interesting interpretation of what that video was actually about, but go on.
I'm fun like you guys. Pick me. Pick me. I'll be on your team. I'll be on the team of bros. They like to hate on women because women are stupid.
So my disagreeing with some women's opinions means naturally that I'm hating on them. Right.
I think you're just lonely and sad and looking for attention from men, but this is not a good way to get attention from men. Go out. Go meet people. I don't know.
Ironically, I don't think one actually knows how to get good attention, considering one has made at least 10 accounts that I can think of, trying to get mine, as well as multiple other people's attention, making videos such as these.
All right, ladies, here's a quick one for you. For a single man who possibly has his head on straight, who's trying to make some things happen, I didn't say the perfect man, and I didn't say it's every man. There's no absolutes, but here's one. Try Home Depot late in the evening after all the crowd has gone in and out, or try Home Depot during the day before everybody gets in there. He's on a mission. He don't have time to be in the long lines. So when he come at you, he gonna be in and out. Boom, bam. He gonna come at you fast, and you got to make a decision right then and there. Also, the grocery store. He coming in the morning or late evening, not during the time that the crowds are there. Ladies, you ever had this? You just gonna run into the store, you throw a ball cap on, some sweats, and then everybody seem like they trying to talk to you? If that's happened, then take what I'm sharing with you. Peace.
You know, a lot of times women are wondering why men stopped approaching. They stopped approaching because it's not appreciated. At some point in time, you have to learn to discipline yourself and appreciate what a man does for you.
What if marriage stopped feeling like a constant guessing game? What if instead of waiting for our spouse to change, we took an honest look at ourselves first? Imagine a home where effort is mutual, expectations are spoken out loud, and love feels safe, not confusing, not tense, not like you are always walking on eggshells. Strong marriages are not built on perfection. They are built on two people choosing to grow, choosing to communicate, choosing to show up better for each other every single day. If this resonates, it's probably because you lived it. And if it challenges you, that's not a bad thing. That's usually where growth starts. Marriage does not have to be hard in the way that people say it is. It does not have to feel exhausting or lonely. It just requires intention. So I'm curious, what's one thing that you wish was said more often out loud in marriage?
I have this eternal struggle where it's like, I want my husband to be the provider, make all the money, pay all the bills, do the adulting things, fix everything around the house, take care of my car, take the trash out, make all the plans, handle our finances. So basically do everything while I just lie around and like only do things when I feel like doing them.
See, some of y'all may think this is satire or that they're just doing it for views. But I've been noticing more and more, this is how a lot of these modern women look at life and how they feel about men. See, when they claim that they want a traditional man, they only want that man for the benefit that they can get from that traditional man. But in return, they don't want to do traditional things. Like if you think about it, even when they make money, they still want the man to pay for everything. So that way that they can save their money. But now they're taking it to a point to where they don't even want to do the housework. So you have to pay all the bills while they sit at home and do nothing. And hear me out. As a man, if this ever happens to you, it is 100% your fault. Because the only way this can happen is if you allow it.
What's more important, money or effort?
Both. What is the character of the person? You have to have effort. For my ladies, this is very important for you to know. When you are dating a man with money, a man with means, a man with any kind of financial abundance, what you have to understand is, this is how you know whether he likes you or whether he's having a fun dating experience. Is he taking note of the things that you like, or is he doing what he normally does? A lot of the times women think that because, oh, he's flying me private, he bought me a Birkin bag, he brought me to 5-star dining, baby, that's just what he does. Insert woman here, you are not special. But if he knows, that's just a fact, but if he knows that you want to take a pottery class, or he knows that you want to go salsa dancing, or he knows that you want to go for a walk in the park and that's out of the norm for him, oh, that man with means actually values you. He's not just running his own play, he's doing what he wants to do to make you happy. He's not just trying to sleep with you, he's probably trying to lock you down in one way or another.
If a man is not putting money in your hand and walking away from you, he is not helping you.
Once again, if he is not dropping money in your lap and then walking away from you afterward and leaving you alone, he is not helping you. If he is not offering his protection and service to you and then immediately turning around and walking away from you and leaving you alone, he is not helping you. If the help that he is giving you requires you to give him something in return, he is not helping you. Men are not helpers. They do not do kind things for others, especially women, without wanting something in return. You will be very hard pressed to find a man who just runs around doing random kind deeds for people without requesting something in return from those people. And especially when it is a woman. If he's not kissing your feet and placing money in your lap and walking away from you and leaving you alone, he is not helping you. There is something that he wants from you, and it's probably some Gucci.
A lot of these modern women don't understand that the cold approach because modern women made it a crime to say hello. They made it a crime for a man to come up and just talk to him, start a normal conversation, just be friendly.
What kind of dates do you take women on? Like, if I'm going on a date with you, where would
Target runs.
That's fine.
Vons. On a real date, I would put my hand on your neck and be like, is this okay?
Yes.
Do you think that we would be compatible?
No.
You know already?
Yes, I already know. Like, I would drive you absolutely.
Do you think we would have good chemistry?
No.
You. We definitely have a good time.
I think we'd go on a date or two, and then you would ghost me, and then I would probably send you some long text and delete it and just
Would
send
you
you
split
a
the
line.
dinner?
Are you okay? You were just
I think you're a liar.
whole like toxic bomb.
I think you're a lot. I think you would sleep with me.
No, I would not sleep with you.
I'll bet you would.
100% I would not sleep with you.
Okay, how do you know?
1,000%. In my
You don't-
20s, maybe.
Okay, you think there's 0%
There's
chance?
0% chance I would sleep with you, Michael.
Can you picture me naked right now?
Absolutely.
Do it with your eyes.
No.
Just pretend.
How old are you? 30 something?
41.
Are you 41?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you were younger than that.
Oh, look at how you just backed down a little bit. Now look who's daddy.
Are you okay? Why would you walk out of a dental office looking like that?
I think you're gorgeous. What's her name?
I don't think she wants to talk to you. You're interrupting us.
Hold on. I know y'all missed the message. Here it is, though, because some of y'all think y'all know, but y'all don't know. Because it's very easy to preach a message based on the cameraman. Some of us been done wrong and rejected for no reason. I know that's easy. It's easy also to preach from the perspective of the young lady that got the compliment, for sure. And it's easy to talk about and preach from the perspective of the young lady that actually rejected the young lady's compliment, even though it wasn't directed to her. Here's who's actually preaching the most. Shorty on the right. You don't believe me? Watch again. When he gives the compliment, what does she do?
I think you're gorgeous.
Do you know what her smile said? It's preaching. It preaches, I'm not competing, I'm agreeing. Watch this. Some of us are healed enough to celebrate what didn't land on us. Preach it. When you are secure in your own position, you can celebrate those that are winning, even though you haven't won a thing yet. Talk to me. Here's my question to you. Are you secure enough in your relationship with God to be excited when other people start winning around you? Come here, Bible. The Bible says, rejoice with them that rejoice. You know, the sad thing about this video is that all three women were beautiful in their own right, but insecurity is oftentimes exposed through interruption, like when the wrong person answers the right question.
When my husband comes home from work, I want him to feel one thing: loved. So every evening, our daughters and I meet him at the front door, sometimes with a drink in hand, sometimes it's just hugs and kisses, but always with love. It's our way of saying, you are home, you are safe, and you are wanted here. I make sure clean clothes are folded on the bathroom sink and a fresh towel is hung up waiting for him. Most nights, dinner is already started or on the stovetop warm. In the mornings, his work clothes are ready, his lunch is packed, And that special little note is tucked in there for him to enjoy on his lunch break. When I can, I hop on the mower. I always keep the groceries stocked, and I make sure he never has to worry about running out of anything. At night, there's usually a back rub waiting just to help him let the day go. To some, those things might look small, but to me, they are everything. They are the daily ways I get to say, I love you. I take care of him because he takes care of us. And that's the beauty of marriage.
You want to know why a lot of dudes are going overseas to get wives? Let it tell you.
A lot of people judge men for dating internationally, but honestly, men just want femininity, support, and softness. And those things are still normal in other cultures. Not everything is about politics or drama. Some men just want peace.
You will be surprised, especially if you're not informed, of how other cultures do relationships. Especially when like a lot of women, you're young in other cultures, they have their mom in their life and their mom does a lot of wife-style duties, and the daughter is taught how to be a wife from a wife. Or out here, you wouldn't learn how to conduct a train from a pilot. And that's how it is. Like a lot of chicks here are lost. They're raised by single moms, unfortunately, and they don't know how to be wives or how to be a good woman because they were taught you don't need no man, you don't got to do it. So men go to places where, you know, younger women or women in general were just raised to be wives. You can go to places like DR, South America. And again, I know there's a lot of people with, you know, a lot of women with different agendas that just want green cards and stuff, but we're not talking about those. But there is a large group and a large percentage of women that, you know, become amazing wives, and they're taught how to treat a man, what a man needs. And it's all simple stuff. It literally is. Like she even said it. And those women are soft. They don't like to argue. They're feminine. You know what I'm saying? There could be a language barrier, but a lot of people, you know, they go that route and they end up happy, man. The women over there in other countries feel like they don't need that much. They just want to be happy, want to feel secure, and that's it. So compared to over here, where it's feisty, attitudes, disagreements, it's a lot, man. It's a lot. The dating scene now hasn't been good, and it's probably the worst it's ever been. Birth rates at an all-time low. You see the pattern here, right? So if you a dude that got his own and can sustain somebody else, going overseas for a wife, if that's what you want, it's not a bad idea.
And really, modern women need to start asking the question, why would somebody chase me if I'm sitting up here acting like I don't want to be caught? If I'm sitting up here acting like I really don't want him, I just want to run around in circles. They want to play this game endlessly, and men don't want to be involved in that.
I kept asking them, hey, are you gonna transition? And then they would always be like, oh, you know, our son kept calling me daddy, ha ha ha, LOL. And I would be like, okay, well, like, are you gonna transition? Like, that's just weird to keep pointing out. No, not transitioning. I correct him. The school came and was like, oh, he is saying daddy. And my ex was like, well, I went to the school and was like, nobody, not transitioning, not a thing. Please correct him. We're working on correcting it. Cool. Time starts to go. Okay, so this is how I found out. I picked my son up one day and he was standing behind me, my ex, and my son said, bye daddy. And I said, you know, I'm like, hey, yeah, like, no, like correcting him with the term that we called my ex. And my ex looks at me and goes, no, he can call me daddy. So I get in the car, we drive off, they send me a message. Oh, just to let you know, I am he, him, and I go by this now. Or no, didn't tell me their name. I'm he, him now. You can address me as such. I've already let the school know. Okay, you didn't think it was important to let the person that you co-parent with know? Like, this is so weird. And like, my son was so confused.
If I came across a man that was making, say, $100,000 or $200,000 a year, but I could tell that he is on the path and he's clear with his purpose and he's clear with his vision, then I can work with that. I can absolutely be like, okay, I see where he's going and I see his determination. Let me see how I can help him multiply this, right? Because as the feminine energy, we come and we multiply everything we touch. Yeah. So as long as you're on the path, then I can help you multiply. But if you're not on the path and you're just drifting, living day to day, then I can't build with that. Actually, you gonna throw me off. You
weighing me down.
My whole energy off, my whole balance. Because now I'm being pulled into all your distractions of things that are not aligned.
And now you're pulled into your masculine, which is where we don't thrive. Nope. And I feel like a lot of the times people like there's so many talks inside of society talking about like how much money does a man need to make and we have responsibilities, and that's all very true. And I think that the answer to it is really just identifying, what do you need?
Yeah.
Like, you can't count on social media to tell you how much money your man needs to make. You've just got to do it.
He hates you. I don't want to feel forced to get you flowers and candy and a car. Why wouldn't you want to do that? Why wouldn't you want to do that? It's weird. So you would rather not do anything and have me feel sad all day or all for a whole week and then talk about you to my girlfriends? Would you rather that? Get the fucking flowers.
You heard that, right? First of all, you shouldn't be talking about your partner like that to your friends. Because what ends up happening is they see the worst version of your partner, and that's the only thing they think about. You might move on. Maybe it was a small little thing you were just venting about, and that seems harmless in the moment. That little vent you did, like, in February because he didn't celebrate Valentine's Day well enough. Your friends will still be giving him the side eye on Christmas because they never forget that. Also, what I've noticed is sometimes ladies will talk to their friends about what they're feeling about their partner, but they won't talk to their partner about what they're feeling. You should be talking to them about the issues in the relationship. And it's not that men don't want to get you flowers and chocolate and gifts and stuff. Men actually love doing that for a woman. But he wants to know that it's appreciated and you're excited about it. You're not gonna do something that has no return, ever. You're not gonna go to work and work for free and be like, oh, no, never mind, I don't need my paycheck, I'm good. No one's gonna do that. It's kind of the same thing. People want to feel appreciated. People want you to reciprocate. I don't know, all the women I know who are super excited every time their man does something for them. Those women tend to get a lot of that out of their relationships.
Modern women, they don't really understand how emotionally unintelligent they are. And silly, to be honest with you, right? Men have stopped pursuing you because you kept on telling people, including law enforcement, that it's harassment, and everybody online that it's harassment. And so men have taken a step back and say, well, I don't want to be seen as that. I'm not a creep. And they go and start doing other things.
The reason why I think my value is higher now than it was when I was married, because I've grown, I've learned, you know what I'm saying? And I got to know who I was as a woman. So I think my value has increased because as you get older, you learn, you grow, you mature. So that's why I think my value has increased.
This is the equivalent of saying, I've been on the job for 20 years, but then you go out into the market and you find out that what they were paying you at that job ain't what the going market rate is. Happens all the time. Women do not gain value in men's eyes with wisdom, age, and experience. They gain value possibly in your husband's eyes, but not to just men on the market. You're older and used. No product gains value. And you ladies will sit there and fight logic. You said your value is higher as an older woman because you have age, wisdom, and experience. What are some of the top reasons men choose a woman? What do men generally pick women based upon?
They look.
Exactly. Not their experience and wisdom.
Okay, Kevin.
Yep. That woman believes everything that was coming out of her mouth.
Wives, if you haven't done you know what with your husband in a long time, I'm gonna need you to pause and listen for a second. Okay, stay with me. I'm starting at 1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 3. The husband should fulfill his wife's physical needs, and the wife should fulfill her husband's needs. The wife gives authority over her body to her husband, and the husband gives authority over his body to his wife. Do not deprive each other of physical relations unless you both agree to refrain from physical intimacy for a limited time, so you can give yourselves more completely to prayer. Afterward, you should come together again so that Satan won't be able to tempt you because of your lack of self-control. Here's the thing that nobody wants to say about this. When you get into a pattern of not being intimate with your spouse, you are not just suddenly going to want it again. And it's not always a lack of desire. Sometimes it is a lack of selflessness. Sometimes you choose to love your spouse in a physical way, even if you are not super excited beforehand. And I can tell you, I have never once regretted loving my husband in that way. In fact, it usually makes me want to more because it brings that connection back. You've got to be willing to break the dry cycle, because once you break it, the desire and the excitement starts to come back too.
If you ranked yourself on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you do?
What?
Yeah, let's get back to reality.
No, I'm in reality.
No, you're not in reality.
I'm in reality.
You're not in reality. If you're going to be a 10, we can end this. Because that's not reality. You're not a supermodel.
So I'm far from ugly, honey.
I didn't say that.
So
you made this combative, man. If you really want to say you're a 10, that's fine. But show me what the model contracts are.
I don't want to be a model.
I didn't ask you whether you want to be a model or not.
Hey, somebody asked me today.
But you're not. But man, you're not But you're not that. Come on.
Okay. Well, you said show me where the model contract. Somebody asked me today. Oh,
okay.
Do you model?
Let's try this again. Where would you honestly rank yourself?
I just told you.
A 10.
Yeah. Maybe to you I'm not, but beauty's in the eye.
No. So you're a 10.
Yeah.
So you mean to tell me that there are no women that are more attractive than you?
What?
I'm asking.
It's hard.
If you're a 10, that means you're at the top.
It's like I'm not.
If you're a 10, that means you're at the top. A 100 on the test is as high as you can go. It's a perfect grade. You're saying you're a 10, a 100 on the test. Are you saying that there's nobody who scores higher than you on looks? You're in the top percentile worldwide.
Possibly, honestly, but it doesn't matter to me. No other woman I'm intimidated by. Not one. I'm not.
I was falsely accused of sexual assault, thrown in prison, bailed out on $250,000 bail with no criminal record. I hired a private detective. We learned that this person had done it many times in other states. They drugged me in the bar on camera, multiple eyewitnesses.
Did the person in question go to prison after?
They had zero interest in prosecuting a girl who made the story up, never showed up to court again. I had to fight for 11 months, and then when I was able to prove it with video evidence, they just dismissed me.
There are so many girls that do go through that, and to falsely accuse someone that they didn't do it, and then nothing happens to them. I think that's ridiculous.
Well, the problem is the women that do the false accusing, they really hurt the girls that really were hurt. I'm not going to let one evil person, when there's 100 great people and one bad person, I'm not going to let that person ruin my outlook on life.
I really appreciate this man coming on camera and telling his story, because all too often, even when a man is proven innocent, he has fear of even talking about the situation because there's so many people that will still think that he did something. Men that are falsely accused absolutely have long-lasting consequences. And I'm honestly tired of seeing content out there from women that say otherwise. I think they would like to think that nothing negative happens to a man's life, so you might as well believe the woman as soon as she accuses him. But that's not true, hence why it is so important why men like this speak up. It is also why all of us, men and women, should absolutely be on board with laws that give consequences to false accusations. Because to not have that, which is the system that we are in right now, there are people becoming victims within our justice system, and that is messed up.
The only thing that men need to learn and accept is that you can't make a woman happy. If you last too long, then that's too much. If you last too little, then you're probably cheating on her. If you remember to take out the trash, then she's gonna just remember that you didn't do the dishes. If you're paying your child support and you're paying over that and you're paying for the in-between, then it's never gonna be enough money. But if you don't pay anything, that automatically makes you a deadbeat. If you make too much money and you're working too much, she's still not going to be happy. But if you cut your hours to spend more time with her, then you're a broke loser that doesn't make enough money. You could plan all of the dates and all of the romance, but if you didn't spend enough money or it's not exactly how she conjured it up in her mind, then it's still not good enough. But if you don't plan anything, then you're still a loser that doesn't put in any effort. Could give her a day of self-care, but if she comes home to a messy house, then it basically cancels out the fact that you gave her a self-care day. So she's still not happy. Women that are too fat want to be skinny. Women that are too skinny want to be thick. Women with a fat want a small. Women with no boobs want bigger boobs. Women with no lips want filler and Botox. Women that are old want to be younger. If you text too much, then you're a simp. If you text too little, then you're a low effort man. If you try to help her with the laundry, all she's going to do is micromanage you and go behind you and fix it because it's not the way that she would do it. But if you don't help her with the laundry at all, then she's going to be more mad for you never stepping up to help her with anything. You could give her all the emotional support and all the affirmations that she's looking for and tell her every single day that she's beautiful, but she'll remember and only remember the one day that you fell short or forgot to tell her. If you lash out even one time, then that means that you have anger issues. But if you don't have any emotions, then you're emotionless and need to go to therapy. If you have a hobby or spend too much time with the guys, then you're not invested in her enough. But if you don't have any hobbies, then you're a simp and you need to get a life. The reality is that no matter how hard you try, it is not your responsibility to continuously make her happy because you will drown yourself trying to make someone happy that is not happy with themselves. Okay, bye.
And what you're really seeing, and it's kind of funny, is that modern women have to now step up and be the ones to approach a man. And when they get rejected, and mind you, that in a lot of situations, when a woman gets rejected, it's a lot milder than what these modern women be doing. Because these modern women be entitled. But when a man does it, he's a little bit more polite. And he lets her down a lot easier than these modern women would ever with a man.